Hi, I'm Tom. This is Mina, and this is Kitty Help Desk. So today I just wanted to talk a little about tone of voice and what that means to our pets. It's said that cats only understand 25 to 35 human words. I don't know how anyone really came to determine that or if that's actually true. I suspect that it really varies by how much the cat's caregiver interacts with them verbally and how heavily reinforced those words are. I mean, when doing things like clicker training, you use a lot of cue words, and I could imagine really going over 35 cue words easily. It would depend on each individual cat. Cats tend to be much more responsive to gestures in my experience than they are to cue words. Lucy actually responds to gestures when we're doing clicker training. In fact, many times I'll do clicker training silently and just use gestural cues. Words sound different in different contexts. So if I say the word come here, that's a different word to a cat than come here. Those are two completely different things. Even though to us as humans, we read those as the same verbal cue, the emotional content, the tone of voice content of those adds another layer to them and makes them completely different. You've got to really mind the emotional content of the words. And if you want words to be cues, it's better to actually make sure that you're using the same tone of voice. A gentle and a kind tone of voice is going to be much more conducive to getting the response that you want from the cat. If you're yelling at the cat, because you want them to come here, it's no wonder they're not coming over. Like a cat has a choice. They don't need to follow orders. You have to give them a reason to want to come here. And I mean, nobody wants to come to someone who's angry at them or is yelling at them. So it's important to mind the emotional context. We as mammals, we all have the same 7 basic emotional systems. And so it's very easy for our cats to read our emotional state at any given time. They know how we're feeling, maybe sometimes before we even really know how we're feeling, because we're giving off nonverbal cues, and they're very good at reading nonverbal cues. Cats live in a world of body language. They don't generally vocalize to one another very much in the wild. In fact, they really meow to us. They learn to meow to us because we respond to those meows. They, in the wild, normally only mothers and kittens meow to one another. You won't see adult cats meowing to one another. They might yowl or hiss or make other vocalizations in the wild, but not meowing gently to one another. It's kind of not a thing. But in our homes, they learn that we respond very positively to meow, so they learn to meow to us. It's really important that we give our cats kindness. And one of the main ways we can express kindness to them is through the way we interact with them verbally, because they don't understand what we're saying. Miss Mina doesn't understand what I'm saying right now, but she's got this look on her face where her eyes are sort of half closed because she thinks I'm saying something pleasant. And that's really the key, isn't it? That's really what we want them to understand and to feel at ease at all times and not to feel threatened. If you are the kind of person who expresses yourself in large, loud, verbal explosions, they will probably learn to give you a very wide berth most of the time because they will think of you as being somewhat unpredictable. So the way you can counter that is just watch your tone of voice when you're around them and make sure you always give them a positive tone, because you could even say the meanest thing possible, but you say it in a really nice soft tone. They're not going to know the difference, right, Mina? I think of it as minding your manners, If you had a house guest, you wouldn't explode at them, or a family member who you love, you wouldn't explode at them in a way that makes them think that they're no longer loved. So the main thing is to really watch your tone even when you're talking to other people, because cats are observing all the time. They're paying very close attention to everything you say and do every day. Even when they seem like they're not, they are paying very close attention. They are what are referred to as latent learners. They are learning all the time. They're observing all the time. So if they notice you exploding, or out of anger, then they're going to think that that's possible, that you might do that to them too. Right, Lucy? So just be careful about how you express yourself around your pets and give them a gentle and a kind tone of voice most of the time. And you're going to have a much more positive relationship, and they're going to feel that you're much more predictable. That's really the number one thing to pets, especially to cats, is that they know that they're going to get a consistent response. If they feel like you might explode, you might be unpredictable, you might be loving one moment and angry the next, then they're really not going to know what they're going to get each time they approach that emotional slot machine that is you. And so being calm and cool and gentle around them is really the best case scenario for having a loving and ongoing relationship with them. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.